I'm Liat, and I had to terminate my first pregnancy at 12 weeks due to trisomy 18.
I'm Francesca. I lost two babies, one at 11 weeks and one at 24 weeks.
I'm Carolina, and I had two miscarriages. One of them was a chemical pregnancy, and the other one had to be terminated at 8 weeks because it was an empty sac.
October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month.
And we are 1 in 4.
We have all experienced loss differently.
I lost my firstborn son to trisomy 18 at just 21 weeks.
My first pregnancy ended in miscarriage at 6 weeks.
I lost my first pregnancy at 12 weeks.
I lost my first pregnancy at 6 or 7 weeks. We don't know why.
I suffered 2 miscarriages, both at 7 weeks along.
I had my first loss at 7 weeks. It was my second pregnancy, so it was a big shock to me. I never thought that something like this could or would happen to me.
I lost my fourth pregnancy in a miscarriage at around 8 weeks.
I went into preterm labor at 24 weeks with my little girl, first pregnancy. After 4 long, horrific days in the NICU, we decided to let her go.
Every woman has their own story, but the need to feel loved and supported through this trying time is one.
So, what do you say to a woman who's just lost a pregnancy or a baby?
And what did your friends and family do that made you feel better?
Nobody really asked me after it initially happened, and I desperately wanted to talk about it, but I felt awkward bringing it up. And since no one was asking, I almost felt like they had moved on. Just check in on them. Ask how they're doing. Weeks later, months later.
Ask them questions about their experience and their child. Chances are they're dying to talk about it. If they're not ready, they're going to let you know. But by you bringing it up, it allows them to feel like their child's life and what they've gone through is important and significant.
Somebody sent me a little wooden heart with my son's name on that I have hanging in our house. When I see it, it makes me feel good and reminds me of him.
It was an awful ordeal, but luckily I had a very strong support group. I think I would say if there's somebody going through a loss themselves to find that support group. And I have since been somebody to talk to when they've gone through loss as well.
Talk about your loss with your family, with your friends. The more that I spoke about my loss, I actually realized how many more people out there that I knew had gone through a loss.
So after the miscarriage, I had some mental and physical reminders of what had happened. So some skin breakouts, some hair loss. I went to see my doctor, and he said, every time you conceive, your body goes through 500 different hormonal reactions. So to expect that you're going to recover that quickly is unrealistic.
What a friend did for me was to plant a tree in a forest to remind me that there's something tangible for me to look back to when I think about this loss.
They made home-cooked meals and wrote a thoughtful note and dropped it off at my doorstep.
Shoot them a text message saying, hey, I love you, I'm here for you, if you need anything, let me know. And if they want to go out, you're there in a heartbeat to take them out wherever they want to go.
And do something, to make things a little easier. Maybe bring them something to eat or take their other children, on a play date.
Sit and listen to a friend who's going through it. You just need to feel seen and heard. And the simple act of listening to someone who really needs you does more than you probably know.
When it comes to helping someone that's going through loss, it's not about what you don't say, it's about what you choose to do.
So help us break the silence with caring words and meaningful actions.
Because loss should never have to be lonely.